Hey there, welcome to the Hot Slice, the weekly podcast brought to you by Pizza Today magazine.
Absolutely. Where are we at, Jeremy?
Denise.
We're not in our houses.
We
today.
are, so we apologize for any background noise the listeners may hear. We are actively, as we speak, live on the Pizza and Pasta Northeast show floor in Atlantic City. We're in the convention center. Denise Greer, Jeremy White, we're literally walking up and down the aisles of the Pizza and Pasta Northeast show as we speak. So we are going to walk around, check out the booths that are available, say hi to all the awesome people such as Aaron at the Slice Out Hunger booth.
Yeah.
And we're going to rock this out, Denise. So apologies for any background noise, but here we are.
Can I just say, Jeremy, this show floor is hopping. The amount of people that are floating around looking for new products, looking for new services, looking for new items to sell in their pizzerias. It's great. I mean, Pizza and Pasta Northeast, huge success this year. I'm very excited about this show floor.
It has been, and let me say that this is day 2 of a 2-day show. Oftentimes on a 2-day show, the second day won't be as busy as the first day.
Yeah.
However, up here in the Northeast, a lot of restaurants are closed on Mondays, and with today being Monday, this place is packed, it is hopping, it is loud, it is active, it is organized chaos in the best kind of way. This is badass, honestly. Yeah,
it's amazing. So right now, as we walk this show floor, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to talk about what we're seeing on the show floor.
Yeah.
And let's just first hit on the fact that my tongue is still burning because guess what's super hot right now?
We have
anything spicy, anything hot.
Yes, I was going to say we have. This show to me, what's jumped out to me is our bold flavors. It's like, flavor is definitely where it's at right now. We have had spicy sausages. We've had hot honeys. More than one kind. We've had spicy soppressata. So the heat, the heat trend has been long lived, and it's still really kicking strong right now. The spicy sausage that you and I just had on a pizza was outstanding.
It was so good.
A little garlic, a little heat. Like I said, we've had a couple different brands of hot honey on the show floor, some spicy pepperoni, and the kick is, my tongue is feeling it, right? What about you, Denise?
Well, I'm all about the smell-o-vision right now. I really wish we could give you smell-o-vision because the smells in here right now are just amazing. So there's a lot of things happening as far as let's just talk ingredients first.
Okay.
And what we see out there. So we know hot's big. We know plant-based is huge.
Plant-based is big.
We see a lot of plant-based mozzarella, plant-based meat alternatives.
Yep.
The one thing that really impresses me, and it's something we saw in Vegas, is the fact that the cheeses are getting so much better.
Sophistication.
Their cook rate, the fact that they're browning at the right level, they're not over-burning before the pizza's done, they're not looking overly raw. They're right there, where if you, went up to grab a slice and you didn't see that it was plant-based, you may be fooled by the true look of what these mozzarellas look like right now.
I agree. I just sampled some plant-based mozzarella about 20 minutes ago, and boy, it has come a long way. The just the eye appeal, like you said, eat with your eyes first. The meltability, the way it looks as it melts and spreads out and thins out on a pie now is far superior to what it was 5, 6, 7 years ago when it was kind of a ugly, blotchy, blob that you could kind of look at and be like, okay, well, that's definitely not cheese.
Yes.
It is so improved. These companies that are manufacturing and selling these products now have obviously invested heavily in their R&D.
Absolutely.
In order to better, I don't want to say emulate. They're not trying to emulate, as Scott Wiener talked about in one of his monthly columns for Pizza Today, one of his Man on the Street columns, people who are looking for vegan products and plant-based products, they don't want to be told this is pork-like. They want to be told it's jackfruit, right? So same thing with the cheese. They're not necessarily trying to emulate real mozzarella cheese, but they're certainly trying to give more appeal to the texture and the visual.
Yeah,
The mouthfeel of the tooth. And they've come a long way, Denise. They are so much better than they were initially.
Absolutely. You know, another thing that I've seen with products is, man, people are loving anything pickled products, like the pickled products, the jarred pickled products that have a longer shelf life, that can have a little more staying power. Like the lines at those booths is really long because people are looking for those products because that's what their customers are loving. You know, peppers, olives. They're loving anything pickled. They're loving all of it.
No, you're right. It seems that acids, vinegar, has some real staying power right now as well. Some of the ingredients that are utilized in the pickling process, the flavor profile that naturally comes about as a result of pickling is something that jardinera, right? People are really, really into that right now. Again, it goes back to the boldness of flavor. When a product has been pickled, there's a real depth and complexity to the flavor. And John Gutekunst this morning gave an excellent keynote address.
Yeah.
And as he was speaking, one thing he said was, people right now are absolutely craving authenticity. And that goes back to this, these pickled ingredients that you've noticed and identified as a trend, Denise. The flavors are so bold and so complex and so layered, and that is why it's appealing to customers, which is exactly why we're seeing so many of these products on the show floor right now for our attendees, our pizzeria owner guests, to check out and to put on the menu.
Yeah, and it cannot be overstated as we walk the show floor that the basics, the classics, there is a back to basics movement.
There
happening.
is.
People want their comfort that they've come to know and love. So your pepperonis, your sausages, anything in that top 5 pizza toppings is gonna hit really hard.
It is.
It's gonna resonate. Sorry, y'all.
No, you're right.
We're on a busy show floor here.
Hey, gang, look, this is the as we talked about, coming live from the show floor. Great idea. We're excited to do it. We love it. We think you're going to enjoy it. Unfortunately, one of the natural byproducts of that is there's going to be a lot of ambient background noise that maybe you're not used to hearing. But to your point, Denise, you're right. I mean, we had, yesterday, yourself, myself, Josh Cowan, probably ate enough tavern-style pizza. We're in the Northeast. We're in Atlantic City. Tavern style is kind of a staple in the Chicago Midwest area, but now it's spread everywhere. But the Northeast maybe isn't the tavern pizza mecca, right?
No,
but we had enough excellent tavern pie yesterday that we almost stuffed ourselves silly on it. And again, the back to basics is so prevalent right now. I mean, we're walking past booths with olive oil, which is, again, right? That's something that's never going anywhere. That's always going to be around every show. But now suddenly we're seeing more oils on the show floor than ever before. We're seeing infused, lemon and all these different flavor profiles. So it's not just the old school straight up Evu anymore. We're branching out. We're expanding our palates. We're going for bolder flavors. Right now, Denise, we were walking by
Calabrian chilies.
Beautiful display. Calabrian chilies, artichokes that have been marinated and pickled, and again, brined in various flavored oils. That's just kind of what we're seeing right now as we walk around. That's luring a lot of traffic.
Yeah. Now, if we could kind of flip the script a little bit to something a little different, so we're going to stray away from products for a little bit and talk about...
Let me interrupt you real quickly, though, because we're walking past a vegan mozzarella booth right now. And if you look at the display, the meltability, the eye appeal, just looking at it, you don't really know that that's not a standard mozzarella cheese, do you?
No, you don't.
Anyway, I digress. I interrupted you so rudely. I apologize. What's your train of thought here?
All right. So let's switch to equipment, because the one thing that I've noticed in talking to operators, we did see this in Vegas too, is all of the equipment that's on this show floor is here for one purpose.
Absolutely.
To make the jobs of pizzeria workers easier. everything is focused on helping the operator make it easier. I mean,
absolutely.
We're walking past a dough press.
We are.
You know, right now.
Yeah.
We're walking past a rounder and press.
Rounders, dividers.
Yeah, anything that helps those operators. I mean, we do see, we're walking past an automated system right now. Like automation, anything even small automation is huge right now. Somebody was telling me about a cheese grater. A cheese grinder that they're just like, man, this is going to cut my workload down for my employees in the morning.
That's
like,
where it's
at. You know? So if you think about that, just think about it.
In this labor market, and we beat that drum to death talking about the labor market, in recent podcasts, but in this labor market that we're all, let's say, enduring, it's an absolute necessity to try to cut down on your labor needs any way you can. But the reality is, a lot of people are saying, I still can't hire. When I do hire, they are gone in 2 weeks. So I can't hire, I can't retain, and I need help. And so that's why these products are so appealing right now. Is if you're short-handed, you get some of this automated equipment. Yes, it's an upfront expense, but
it's like anything else.
It's an investment, and in the long term, now you can get by with less labor. Now it's not so cumbersome to keep operating your normal hours with the dwindling labor pool being what it is. So, these automated these pieces of equipment are on the show floor, and I've seen long lines of people checking them out, asking questions. What's it cost? How does it work? Just learning about the product. So I think that we're going to see more of that just by virtue of, like, again, the labor shortage.
Absolutely. And something else when you talk about equipment, it's equipment that gives us the ability to do multiple pizza styles. Because that's something that we see. We see people doing multiple styles.
Yep.
So what equipment can help us do multiple styles better? Because if you talk about ovens, you have different heat. I know, isn't that cool? Yeah, that's a crazy shredder.
So we're walking by it'll take this huge block of mozzarella, and within seconds, completely shred it for you. And look, that's not new, right?
No.
But we've seen that. I saw that on the Pizza Expo show floor 20 years ago. It's not a new piece of equipment. It's a piece of equipment that you may not have felt like you needed a dozen years ago, or quite frankly, in 2019. But since the Great Quarantine and the subsequent labor shortage, now it's a piece of equipment that all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, maybe I do need this. So that's, again, goes to your point of easing this strain, requiring less, like, we're not trying to take the humans out of the pizzeria, right?
No,
but the fact is there are fewer working humans to go around right now, so you've got to try to ease that strain a little bit.
Yeah. So we've come to a little section that's a little quieter, so we can talk a little bit more, because we're on the far end of the show floor.
Yeah, we're
people
down.
Haven't gotten to just yet.
Almost to the rafters. So we are actually, Denise, we're on the artisan bakery section of the show floor.
Which is our event.
We are co-located.
Yes.
And this is cool. I walked this a lot yesterday, checking out all the baking products available. We're not going to talk about that too much. Obviously, we are a pizza industry podcast.
Well, we can say that having bakery items is big, and adding a morning day part, if you have the ability, people are doing it successfully, but you really have to know what you're doing. If you're going to try to do a morning day part to add a bakery component, you really got to hone in on your products. And that's what people are here doing. They're honing in on their products as far as the pizzeria people that are coming over to the bakery side. That's what they're looking to do.
Well, Denise, I know, as we both do by virtue of what we do, I know some really highly successful pizzeria owners who a while back figured it out. Look, I've got employees in here making dough at 7 a.m. and prepping, and the lights are on. There are 5 or 6 people in here working. I'm already here.
Yeah.
Why not open the doors and serve a product? And so what they have done is add coffee, add espresso, maybe a couple pastries, a biscotti, something like that. They're by no means a breakfast destination or anything like that, but they are open in the morning, serving coffee, and people do come in, grab a croissant, grab a coffee, and next thing you know, they're not making a major fortune off of it, but they may possibly be doing $500, $800, or not $500, $800 worth of sales between 7 and 10 a.m. that they didn't previously had.
Yeah.
And then you compound that 5-6 days a week, 52 weeks a year. All of a sudden, there's some nice little income just from adding some coffee component.
Yeah.
And bringing in a pastry from a local bakery, or even making it yourself.
Absolutely.
So there is, Joe Fagere, Tutabella in Seattle. Joe has been a very good friend of mine and yours and ours for a very long time. Joe's one of those people that was, like I said, hey, the lights are on, people are in here prepping. Why not dedicate a small area to some espresso, to some coffee, bring in a couple pastries or a muffin or whatever. Next thing you know, there's a whole day part added to the business, incremental revenue, income. So yeah, it does make sense if you're already there. Why not at least sell some coffee or right? I mean,
absolutely.
Might as well give it a try. You're already there anyway.
Looking to grow your pizzeria or restaurant? Then you'll want to try the power of a cloud-based POS system. With Hunger Rush, you'll get everything you need. This fully integrated restaurant management system allows you to easily streamline operations, accelerate the delivery process, and grow your business through Hunger Rush 360 marketing. And it's so easy to use. Want AI-powered text ordering? It's built in. Need to track orders? No problem. Schedule a personalized demo at hungerrush.com today. Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide. Hear that? That's the sound of a pizza being made with delicious Baccio cheese. For the past decade, Baccio has provided customers exceptional Italian pizza cheese with its signature kiss of buffalo milk. With a superior melt, endless stretch, and a rich, creamy taste beyond compare, Baccio is honored to celebrate this 10-year anniversary with all of its partners. Schedule a demonstration at baccioccheese.com/hotslice to learn more. Pizza's your legacy. Build it with Baccio.
So, I'm going to go back to pizza real quick.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
A huge booth of ovens. So let's talk ovens real quick, because I have noticed that they are taking the ovens and really making them easier for pizzeria workers to utilize.
You have to.
And I've also noticed that there is an increase in electric ovens. Yeah. Now, it's something that you really, if you're going to switch any oven, you really need to test out how they work on your product. If you don't know how they're going to work on your product, you could have to adjust your product for the oven even more than you would want to. So, do test what you're going to go to.
Right.
Electric definitely is growing. It's
absolutely.
Changing.
Two complete trains of thought here, right?
Yeah.
So you either know the product you're going to make and serve, and then you find an oven that suits that product, or if let's say you've bought an existing restaurant that already had an oven in it, that's great. If you do that, you may have to change the product you had in mind because you want to serve a product that suits that oven. So let's just say, for example, Denise, that you had it in your mind that you want to do Neapolitan, right? Yeah. And then let's say you find a restaurant that has gone out of business and you purchase it and it happens to have, let's say, conveyor ovens, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to do a true Neapolitan pizza out of a conveyor oven? Absolutely not. So now you got to make a choice. Am I bringing in a new oven so I can do Neapolitan? Or, hey, I've already bought this oven. It's sitting here. Will I change my product to a different style? And that's the decision that you would have to make.
And that's why you come to a place like this.
That's why you're here.
Get those answers to those questions. Another thing that, you get to look at on show floors like this is technology. Technology is one of those things that's really hard to understand, like what your needs are, until you actually get to see it, test it, use it, see how it'll work for your business.
There's so much of it here. There are phone systems, paging systems, digital
POS.
menu boards, point of sale, SMS marketing, technology,
text ordering.
infrared ovens. Right? There's so many different types of technology on the show floor right now that if you were a tech nerd and you weren't in the pizza business, but you were just a true techie and came and walked the show floor, you might be surprised at the amount of technology that could go in today's pizzeria.
Absolutely. And, as we look at some of these emerging technologies, as I've talked to operators on the show floor, some of the bigger things that they are looking for and want to invest in are POS systems, online ordering, text ordering, even television ordering off of your
smart television.
It's a big thing now.
And again, all right, so I'm going to be a guy's guy for a second, or Denise, all right? We call Denise Nay sometimes. So if it's Sunday,
calls me Nay,
right? Her middle name's Renee. So Denise, if it's Sunday afternoon and I'm sitting on my couch watching NFL football, right?
Yeah.
If I could right there not leave my couch, not even have to pick up my phone, and simply push a button on my remote, order my pizza from my television, so I don't even have to take eyes off the screen, and then miraculously, by some poof of magic, a half hour, 45 minutes to an hour later, a pizza just shows up at my doorstep. What a game changer to the people who can't unglue themselves from their Sunday football, right? Or, I mean, obviously other implications as well, but to just be able there on NFL Sunday or college football Saturday, right off your television, that is like insane, but yet it exists, it is happening, people are doing it, right? It's
Absolutely.
Like, what year is this? It's 2022.
And maybe your mind might go to, well, only the big chains can afford that. Only the big chains can. No,
you instantly think of Domino's, right?
We're seeing independents use these technologies. We're seeing them purchase these technologies. And you know what? It's making them better. And it's really neat when I see one of my local pizzerias offer text ordering.
Right.
Because that's where it's at. If I can't do everything that I want to do off of my phone, I'm not going to go on my desktop to do it.
So the thing, right, and the thing about technology is we see this play over and over again. Think back, Denise and I are about the same age. That age does not need to be disclosed, right? We are 24, but so back in my elementary school days, in 3rd and 4th grade, all of a sudden there were Macintosh, Apple computers started becoming available in my elementary school, and there were these gigantic boxes that weighed a ton and had these big, huge floppy disks that you'd have to put in, and they moved slowly.
Yeah.
But they were powerful and they were cool and they were new and it was technology and it was the future, right? Well, now, and those were so expensive, and now today you've got these little, MacBook Airs that are super thin and lightweight and that anyone, any middle class individual can afford. You'll see college kids walking around with them, right? College kids have no money, right? You see them walking around with them. So the thing about technology is, when something first appears on the scene, okay, not everyone can afford this, right? It's going to be the Domino's of the world, the major chains. But over time, that technology becomes more affordable. It becomes easier for the everyday person to get a hold of. And just like you said, where 10 years ago, maybe it was only a Papa John's that was going to do a text ordering, and Domino's and Pizza Hut. And now all of a sudden, the small local mom and pop up the street, they have that capability now. It's affordable to them. And like you said, it is so cool to be able to text your local pizzeria your order and have it, poof, magically arrive 45 minutes later.
Absolutely. So we're walking past the competition area right now.
Yes.
And right now, the Northeast Pasta Showdown is happening. And, pasta, as, we're seeing on the show floor, the amount of pasta on the show floor, pasta is one of those things that you can add to the menu. And you can do it in a low cost, low labor, effective way if you apply the right strategies to it.
There's no reason not to add pasta to your menu. It is a food that is super easy for your staff to cook. Hey guys, so I will say we're saying hi to Mr. David Summers. We're live recording as we speak.
Yeah.
So hey, Mad Mushroom, Lafayette, Indiana. How you doing, bud?
Fantastic.
And since I was a Purdue fan my whole life, I gotta have more respect. Huh? I moved to Louisville, but I'm still a Purdue fan. I'm sorry, I'm still a Purdue fan.
So we're saying hi to David real quickly, but as I was saying, pasta is super. It's super easy, right? So you're literally boiling it in some water. It doesn't take a high skill set from your staff. It is a very low-cost item, high profit margins. Mike Bausch did a great demo yesterday.
Oh, yes, he did.
He showed how you could easily and quickly make fresh pasta from scratch in your pizzeria. But one of the biggest takeaways, as I said and listened to that, was, here's the thing. You can do a 15% food cost, no problem. Yeah. You can have a high profit margin. Absolutely. If you put it in the right bowl, plate it the right way,
it's high end.
You can charge, right?
Yes.
Right. You don't have to charge $8.99. You can charge $18 in the right situation, right?
I had a $32 bowl of pasta last night.
There you go.
It was amazing.
There you go.
I'm just saying, I had a $32.
They were probably running about 8% food cost right there, right? Pasta is cheap. It's accessible. You can find, obviously a pre-made pasta or a frozen ravioli that's pretty high quality, but you can also make it yourself fresh from scratch in your pizzeria quite easily.
Absolutely.
It's not difficult. Mike showed yesterday how easy it is with ingredients that you already have on hand. But regardless of whether you're going with the pasta that's been manufactured or you're making your own, there is no reason not to add pasta to your pizzeria menu. There really isn't.
Yeah. All right, so we're watching Master Pizza right now. The pizza competitions have wrapped. We're watching them clean up. Can I just say what an amazing job Master Pizza, the team at Master Pizza does. Michael LaMarca, Jeremy Galvin, his team.
The whole crew.
They do such a magnificent job hosting our tournaments for us, hosting our competitions. So they got done early. It's halfway through day 2, and they're done.
I know. We lean on this crew heavily. This is a very difficult job to pull off running these competitions. It takes a lot of manpower, takes a lot of know-how. You have to be able to communicate to the competitors, rules, the regulations, the time, when they go, what ingredients they can use, what they can't use, based on the level of the competition. And they absolutely, and to keep it on schedule, it's so easy. It's so easy to get behind schedule.
Yes.
And they just absolutely crush it. So like you said, Jeremy Galvin, Michael LaMarca, and their entire team, they do such a bang up job. And I just want to express my gratitude to them. Yeah. And I'm glad that you gave them the shout out, Denise, that they so deserve.
And let's tell you, the pizza competitions, you know what I love, and I keep saying this every year, all the new faces competing. So we had somebody that has never competed before, ever, take the traditional division. First-time competitor took it. So if you are afraid to compete, don't be afraid to compete, because here's somebody that didn't even know how to compete in competitions, came out, took the traditional division. First place.
That's mind blowing. A lot of times, people have to compete 3 or 4 times and kind of learn the ropes before they score very high, right? And here's the first timer, and it's hard. So people who maybe have never done a competition at the show, maybe they're just kind of watched. You don't realize, all right, maybe your pizzeria is in Texas or Indiana, and then all of a sudden you're in Las Vegas or you're in Atlantic City, and everything's different. The temperature's different. The humidity's different. You're not making dough in the environment that you're accustomed to making and proofing your dough. You're not baking in your oven at home, so you don't know the hot spots. There's so many variables that you have to deal with that you're out of the comfort. You're not on your home court, right?
No,
you're out of your
not.
comfort zone, and everything is different. And it's so disconcerting and discombobulating. And we see people just get absolutely flustered because, my dough didn't perform in this oven like I thought it would, or my dough didn't perform in Las Vegas like I thought it would. And it takes a real skill set, and that's what I'm getting at, that oftentimes someone has to compete 3 or 4 times in order to have any success. And then here comes a newbie who first time through wins a traditional category.
Yes.
That is mind-boggling, and I just, he or she, I don't really
it's
know.
He.
Okay,
it's Jimmy.
okay.
Jimmy,
I hadn't looked at the list yet. Okay, I hadn't looked at the list yet to see who it was. But for him to make those adaptations and to go with the flow, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, he probably had to have a lot of luck on his side as well, because you're just learning as you go, and here he is, boom, out there winning. That blows my mind. Scott Anthony just walked by, said hello to us as we were walking by. Some people may have picked him up through the monitor. Scott did a great presentation today upstairs. He gave a seminar on the importance of community involvement, kind of how to win locally by branding yourself in your local community. Jeff Smokovich helped him out with that. That was outstanding. So
Absolutely.
There's just a lot going on here, Denise.
Absolutely. And yesterday we had the Young Pizza Maker of the Year.
Yeah, that was exciting, wasn't it?
That was probably the most fun that I had watching a competition. You know why? Because these are young people, 16 to 18 years old.
The kids are all right, Denise.
Yeah, they are all right. And, the winner that took that was Michael Testa.
Yeah, no surprise.
We've watched them grow up from being like little acrobatic kids to now he's just, killing it. He's competing. He's enjoying it. And it's really fun to watch the young pizza makers, because that is the future of the industry, and to see the things they're doing the products. I was like listening to people over there, and they're like, man, I'm 40 and I can't make that pizza.
I know.
I love that. I love hearing that.
It's so cool. So, Michael's father, Carmine, has been a main staple of our shows for a long time. People always see him around, know who he is. Michael, like you said, we've watched this kid grow up from when he was about 3 years old, and then all of a sudden he's tossing dough and doing acrobatics at the age of 5 and 6, and now he's a truly skilled pizza maker. And it's cool because, I love seeing kids achieve success. I love seeing them kind of push new heights in the industry. And it's funny because there's always the older generation always thinks the younger generation doesn't know what they're doing. They don't do it right.
This proves they do.
Their music sucks, or they don't work as hard. They don't have a work ethic. They don't understand the value of $1. They don't work, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But, that's been going on from the beginning of time. There's never been a generation that's looked at a younger generation and said, wow, they're better than we are. They work harder than we are, right? So you got the World War II generation thought the baby boomers were lazy. The baby boomers thought Gen X were lazy. Gen X thought millennials are lazy, right? So that's just how it works. But these kids, so, for the older, tried and true pizza makers have been out there forever and doing a great job listening to this. Give the kids a break. The kids are all right. These kids, they're go-getters. They're pushing the envelope. They're creative. They're executing on a high level. They're skilled. They're making great pizza. They're making great pizza.
They can make you proud. They can make themselves proud. Just by giving them the opportunity to showcase what they can do.
Right.
You're building their future. And if you don't harness that, you've missed an opportunity to really help a kid grow and to help your restaurant grow. Because guess what? We talk retention.
Yep.
Let's talk retention. You have to do that if you want to retain employees.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So hire these kids. Give them a chance. Don't just put them in the most menial job. Let them get on the line. Let them make some pizza. They're going to do a good job.
I think they're going to do great. All right, Jeremy. So we've been walking the show floor for like a half hour. And what is your final, close out statement on the Pizza and Pasta Northeast show floor?
You know, it's we're talking about the kids. It's banging, right? It slaps. This show slaps, right?
No.
That's what the kids say.
Oh, Jeremy.
Okay, come on.
We are
look.
not of the age to be able to use
Denise,
that word.
we already talked about this earlier. We are 24 years old, times two. So no, this is this show is busy. It's booming. It's enthusiastic. It's happy. It feels like, you know, obviously, we just experienced this in Vegas in March, but Vegas is a whole nother animal.
Yes.
And we came here, and now we're seeing it here too. So things are back. The enthusiasm is back.
Absolutely.
It's rocking. It's exciting. What a time to finally see everything come back to life.
Absolutely. And we have such a strong pizzeria community. I mean, that's what I take away is this community is out here. They're doing what they do best, and they're having a lot of fun while they do it. And that's the important thing to me is that they're finding ways to make their businesses better, but also engage in the community and be excited. We're seeing another podcast happening as we walk by.
Peter Reinhardt is currently interviewing the one, the only Pauly G, who gave a great keynote yesterday. I was actually fortunate enough to interview him on the keynote stage yesterday.
I love that sit-down
It was
Q&A.
fun.
That was awesome.
It was fun. Pauly G's great. We're walking by a demo right now. We got Eric Von Hansen from Caliente Pizza in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
A very skilled chef, really great in the kitchen and what he does. And he's doing a demo in the background right now, so it's a little loud as we walk through here. But hey, this noise it's a good thing. It just shows you how live the show floor is. Denise, do you have any final takeaways?
You know, I think that the biggest takeaway from Pizza and Pasta Northeast is we're back in a big way from, post-pandemic. I don't want to say post because you never know, but it's a thriving environment. Pizza is resilience. Whatever is to come, which there's a lot people are talking about with inflation and things. But, people are here to dial everything in. And that's what it's about, dialing it in.
Agreed. Well, Denise, well done. It's starting to get loud again.
Yes.
We're going to lose our voice because we almost have to scream into the microphones here. Thank you for walking the show floor with me.
Absolutely.
And for sharing insights with our listeners. And thank you to everyone who listened in, right?
Hey, and if you're listening to this and you were at Pizza and Pasta Northeast, send us your takeaways. We want to know what you thought of Pizza and Pasta Northeast and what you really found engaging on the show floor, in the seminar rooms, in the competition areas. We want to know. So send us a note, either jwhite@pizzatoday.com or dgreer@pizzatoday.com.
That's a wrap. Thanks, guys.
All right. We're out.